Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with this 2003 Toyota Tundra. We're going to do some new spark plug coil boots, and I'm going to take you through step by step. Pretty easy job. Show you how to do it, save you some money. Hit like, share, subscribe, help me out with this algorithm, and let's get into it. Step 1, pop your hood. The spark plugs are under these coils here. First thing we need to do is unplug them. So there's this little clip here. You push it. Push it and wiggle. You push it and wiggle. I'm gonna use a little plastic pick, but I tried to do this by hand and it's just hurting my finger. So you need to push this. There's a little nub here that this plastic needs to go over, and then you'll just pull it up to disconnect it. Undo these bolts that hold the coils down. It's a 10mm socket. You're gonna have one per coil. You got all the bolts out now. You give the coil a little wiggle and a pull. Wiggle, pull. And we're just gonna set them in the same order we took them out. Here's the coil boot part I'm using. It's a CPB T007. Here's the NGK spark plugs I'm using. BKR6EIX. The socket you're going to use for this is a 5/8 spark plug socket. A spark plug socket has a little rubber O-ring inside that holds the spark plug in so it doesn't fall out. Just using that socket with a 6-inch extension and a ratchet. I already broke this one loose, but we're just going to take them out by hand, and we're just going to put them in by hand. Don't use power tools. We're going to just put a dab of anti-seize on the threads. Then we're going to start this by hand with just the extension and the socket. Then we'll tighten it down with the ratchet. To get the boot stuff off, there's just a washer here that's rubber. Throw that away. Just use a pair of pliers, and what you don't want to squeeze it. You want to just get this rubber messed up enough where it will just rip apart like that. And then once it's ripped apart like that, you can just pull it off. Inside there's going to be a rusty looking spring, and you're just going to go in there like so and just pull it out. To get the new spring in, there's one bigger end. So you're going to put it on a little angle, hold it, take a flathead, and you're pushing the spring past. There's a little lip on the inside, and that's what holds the spring in, so it doesn't pop out and fly off onto the floor like it just did. So you want the spring to be centered. It should be free moving inside of there because there's a little bit of play in there. So when the spark plug pushes on it, it pushes against the metal in the bottom of the coil here and makes contact, and that's how the energy from the coil goes to the spark plug. But if you don't have this thing seated in there, then what's going to happen is it's not going to touch. You're going to have a misfire. The car's going to run like crap. After getting the spring in, all you're going to do is push this on. It's real easy. Just slide it over. It gets to the bottom. Down here, there's 2 tabs, one on each side. Those tabs grab onto the O-ring so the O-ring doesn't fall off. I'm going to use some dielectric grease, and I'm just going to put some around the edge here. Just smooth it around like so, and that'll just keep moisture and gunk out of the spark plug connection and just seal it up nice, and it'll keep it from sticking in the future and having this thing rip off being stuck to the spark plug, which I've had it happen before. To install it, it's going to be pretty much the reverse of what you did to take it out. So you're just going to put it in the hole, Wiggle it as you're going down. Make sure it's fully seated. Line up the hole and put the bolt in.